welcome back to the Dice Tower's coverage of the GAMA Trade Show 2015. I'm Eric Summerer here with Ray Wares from Calliope Games.
Yeah, hi Eric.
And Ray, thank you for coming. You have a rather innovative Kickstarter campaign that you're running right now. Tell us about it.
We're going to break all the rules.
Okay, good, good. We like rule breaking.
And you know, one of the things about being a game company is you get to rewrite the rules.
Yeah,
so we're going to try to do that a little bit too, and get people involved in helping us with that. So, but this Kickstarter is, we're calling it the Titan Series. We have reached out to some of the greatest names in the core hobby industry on the designing side to help publish a series of games that are gateway games.
Okay.
So if you're not familiar with gateway games are games that are playable within 40 to 60 minutes on the high side. They're easily accessible by everybody. For us, that definition includes children as young as 8, so that they can actually play in the game and compete against the adults without the adults throwing the game. More importantly, though, is that the games are for the adults. They're to entertain the adults, right? But if a child wants to come in and sit down and play, they can join in and have a lot of fun.
So accessible at that early age range, but still engaging for the adults in the room.
We want to be able to create an environment where people can sit down and look at each other face to face and talk and have fun.
Okay.
Right? And
so all of the games in this series will follow that criteria.
That's correct. And so when you look at the designers, so the designers that we have recruited, we have people like Jordan Weissman, who's done Shadowrun, BattleTech, McCoyer, HeroClix, Pirates of the Spanish Main, right? I mean, the list goes on. We have, drawing blanks now. Usually, Rob Davio, who's done Risk Legacy, right? And Axis and Allies is working there. We have Mike Selinker, who has done the Pathfinder card game.
Indeed.
Richard Garfield. Right?
Wow,
so,
these are big names.
Mike Mullihill. Yeah, so, I mean, really, there's 14 of these guys that have agreed to do games with us for this project. We're only going to release 9 as the core set. The others will be stretch goals. So we will release 3 games a year. Those 3 games will come to backers all in one package. Okay. So one time a year, you're going to get a Christmas present.
Okay.
With 3 games in it.
All right.
That's going to happen over a 3-year period. The Kickstarter itself, currently, and this may change a little bit, but currently the way we have it set up is that there's only 3 backer levels. So if you're not real sure on how things are going, just back at $1 and you'll get all the updates. You can back at $25 and pay for the shipping charge to send the game out to you, and you'll be able to pick any single game that you want.
So one game level.
It's a 1 game level, and it's $8 for the shipping, and so we'll carry some of that shipping cost. But if you wanted to order 3 games, you can still do it at that $25 level. So you just multiply it times 3, so you'd be doing it at $75.
Right.
And it's still the same $8, right, for the shipping. So I can put up to 6 games into the box and still send it out to you at the same price. Okay. So now, and let me put the caveat: this is U.S.
Yeah.
Right? So we will be servicing the rest of the world, and we will be doing discounted shipping pricings there. Right? But it's not free like it will be in the U.S. if you pledge on the next level, which is $145.
And that's the whole set?
That's the whole set. So basically it's $16 a game. If you want to be technical, it's $16.11. Okay. Right? But it's $16 a game. And we deliver them to you at that point. Okay. Right? So the really cool thing about this game is, about this whole selection of games, the series, is that we're going to try to build a series that will be very different in gameplay and genre for you by these great designers. So we'll have a word game, right? We're going to have a worker placement game. We're going to have a party game. All the games will be different.
So it's like an instant library, essentially.
That's exactly right. So that when you're entertaining your guests, no matter what their interests are, you'll be able to pull a game from your favorite game designer and put it on the table and play it with anybody. And so the real idea here is to get our most active players within the community playing games with people who don't typically play games, right? And are uncomfortable playing games. So all these games are designed to entertain the gamer as well as the non-gamer. And hopefully we can get those people involved in our hobby and introduce more people to everything about gaming that we love. So that's the...
Will all of these games have a similar design as an exterior? Which if you put them all up on the shelf, are they going to... It's just a whole set?
Yeah, it's a whole set. What they will have is the Titan logo on each one of them. Okay. So that will tie the set together. We are debating on whether or not the box sizes will be identical. Right now we have the standard Sorrow and Sorrow of the Seas box sizes, right? So most of the games will, if not all the games, will be in that size of packaging, right? We've had requests, that they all be of the same format, so you can set them up.
So it looks like, say, the Aaliyah big box series or something like that.
Exactly. So we haven't gotten that far yet, and the reality is, when you back, the part of the fun of this Kickstarter is as a backer, you're going to be able to give us feedback, right? You're going to be able to look at artists and say, oh yeah, I love this style, but this doesn't really work for this game. Or I like this theme, and I like this theme, but you know what, you should really do this theme. So we'll give people choices to make along the way, So the disadvantage is you don't know what the theme really is of the game. It's not completely polished out. We know that, but Kickstarter is about supporting a creative project. Well, this is as creative as it gets, right? And so the designers are super stoked about doing it because we're asking them to do something that they don't normally do. So they're thinking outside of the box, but they have all the skill sets to make it happen. Calliope has all the skills to actually produce the games. And so, there's an inherent risk, but Kickstarter is there because of that inherent risk. The people who are participating in Kickstarter as far as publishing, they typically are not do not have access to standard funding techniques, so they can't go to the bank, right? Because it's too high a risk for the bank. It's too high of a risk for an angel investor to get involved, right? So it's the community, it's the people who love the products that are actually backing and funding it. They're the ones that are willing to take on the risk. That risk mitigation with this Kickstarter has been greatly reduced, right, by the talent that's behind it. Right? So, but there, like with any Kickstarter, there's risk. Right? So we're not saying that there's not. We just think that we're a very talented group of guys that can, and ladies. Let's see. So I slipped there. We have a young lady that has agreed to join us. She will be part of the stretch goals, and I was going to hold that off for a little while.
But there could be any number of. I mean, we're talking about 50% of the population. It could be anyone. So if somebody wanted to take that risk with you, where do they go?
So it'll be on Kickstarter.
Okay, is it live now or live soon?
It'll be live very soon. We have some tweaks we have to make. Right, and I say that we've been tweaking it for 6 weeks now. Right, so, but I think we're on the final renditions, and we'll be probably up in the next week and a half.
So following CalliopeGames.com will give you everything.
CalliopeGames.com, absolutely.
Excellent. Thank you, Ray, for joining us.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Appreciate it.